Okay. All right now. I think it's been a bit since we did a block drop. Some stuff going on. Got some stuff to read to y'all. It's yeah. Let's see what we come up with, All right. What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome back, y'all. How's everybody doing? Welcome back to the Leon Block. Another day, another block drop. So, 3 weeks into the strike at Kellogg's Company, the Michigan American Federation of Labor and Congress of Industrial Organizations, AFL-CIO, hosted a rally in downtown Battle Creek in support of picketing workers. There's also one held today in Lancaster, which they've been picketing as well for the past 3 weeks, along with two other locales as well. And so I wanted to share some photos from today's pictures in the Lancaster area. And I posted, of course, as usual, the links to the articles that I found in the comment section, so you can go ahead and check on your own. Now, again, this one was held in Battle Creek in Michigan, and it drew around 200 people. The one here in Lancaster, see if I can find it. Here we go. There we go. U.S. Secretary of Labor Marty Walsh, which is featured in the photo there, shaking hands with Malcolm Kenyatta, actually, came to share his solidarity with strikers, and that's pretty powerful, is it not? From what I believe, it's the first time this has happened. He traveled from DC to come up here, telling employees on the picket line that the Biden administration supports workers' rights. And it says about 380 unionized workers were among the 1,400 Kellogg employees at the 4 cereal making plants nationwide. So about 380, I guess, are striking, but I don't have a clear number here of how many were actually there today, but it's been pretty consistent. I will say that the last time I actually was there to check on things was about going on 2 weeks ago. I had a friend to the Leon Block actually send me photos from today, and you can actually check the Leon Block Facebook page. There is a live video of Marty Walsh's speech, so you can check that out as well. He acknowledged that it might be a little different for a Secretary of Labor of the United States of America coming out and standing on a picket line. But if you have it in your blood, you have it in your blood, he said, drawing loud cheers, there we go, from the 75 or so Kellogg workers who gathered at the plant. So it says about 75 people, and this is via LancasterOnline.com, so you can check the link out there. I will go ahead and drop it in the comments too. And then, of course, again, as you know, I will post the links at the end as well. Y'all already know. But that's some pretty powerful shit, right? I guess he was going to Philly for some events too. Apparently, there's talk set for Tuesday and Wednesday of next week to go back to the bargaining table again since the strike began. Kerry Williams, president of the union's Local 374, which represents the state road workers, said the biggest obstacle to a new contract remains the fate of Kellogg's two-tier wages and benefits. Under the system, employees hired after 2015 get less pay and lower benefits than those hired before 2015. The walkout is only the second in the 45-year-old plant's history. The only other strike here was a 3-week walkout in 1985. And that's according to Lancaster Online records. But there's other plants that are striking in solidarity as well. So there's Omaha, Nebraska, Memphis, Tennessee, and then the one that I mentioned earlier, Battle Creek, Michigan, where Kellogg's is actually headquartered. Now, UN's Antonio Guterres warns the world is on track for climate catastrophe, even with the government's pledges ahead of COP22. So less than 1 week before COP22 in Glasgow, we're still on track for climate catastrophe, even with the last announcements that were made. The 2021 emissions gap report shows that with the present nationally determined contributions and other firm commitments of countries around the world, we are indeed on track for a catastrophic global temperature rise of around 2.7 degrees Celsius. Now, even if the announcements of the last few days will materialize, we would still be on track to clearly more than 2 degrees Celsius. Yeah. Not surprised. In more encouraging climate news, a new report highlights the power of the grassroots divestment movement, as some 1,500 institutions and other investors have committed to divesting 40 trillion in assets from fossil fuels over the past decade. Brazilian senators back report accusing Bolsonaro of crimes against humanity for pandemic response. In Brazil, a Senate committee has approved a report for calling for criminal charges, including crimes against humanity against far-right President Jair Bolsonaro over his deadly mishandling of the pandemic. It's about motherfucking time. The Senate report also accuses dozens of other officials and 2 companies of committing crimes. Brazil has reported over 600,000 COVID fatalities, the second highest official death toll after the US. Lord have mercy. I mean, I was just talking about this on the episode with Terrain, how much I cannot stand him, and there's few people that I cannot stand. Bolsonaro is one of them. So it's kind of refreshing to hear something or another of him getting penalized in some way. But I equate this to the hoopla that was surrounding, supposedly getting Trump for this, that, and the third. We've been hearing that for the past year. What has come from it? Essentially nothing so far. So I'm not getting my hopes up, but it is nice to at least hear those bells ringing, you know? Afghanistan headed towards collapse as half the country faces acute food insecurity. Dozens arrested as protesters in Ecuador condemn fuel price hike and new economic policies. Democracy Now! Always brings the real, and I don't like to get too into like murderous things, but they really do, they get into it. So yeah, I will post the headline to this in the comments because that's pretty deep. Nonetheless, I feel like it's important, and if you feel like you want to see it, then it shall be there. Anyway, I'm not sure if anyone did get wind of this. It was posted to the Facebook page. Rittenhouse trial judge says the word victims cannot be used to describe victims of the fatal shooting. So in Kenosha, fuck this judge, seriously. The one overseeing the murder trial of Kyle Rittenhouse has ruled the 3 protesters shot by the white teenager during racial justice protests last year cannot be labeled victims during the trial, but can be labeled rioters, looters, or arsonists if the defense can provide evidence to justify such terms. 2 of the protesters, Anthony M. Huber and Joseph Rosenbaum, were killed by Rittenhouse. The trial starts on November 1st. And if you have not seen the post, again, from the Facebook page and the Instagram pages from the Leon Block, we did share that there are some Amazon workers. This one is in Staten Island. They filed a union vote petition, which is pretty, with the National Labor Relations Board to hold a union election. It's the second time this year Amazon workers are attempting to form the company's first ever U.S. union. The New York effort was led by Christian Smalls, who was fired by Amazon last year for organizing a strike demanding better worker protections amid the pandemic. He was met by cheers after filing the petition with the NLRB. He said, "That's it. Yeah, we did it. It's officially done. Notice to employees will be sent out in a matter of a week. Everybody in their facilities will be notified that the petition has been filed." And the crowd starts cheering. So let's go ahead and give him a round of applause as well, because you know what, this is big. Now let's keep standing with them and showing solidarity with them because they're going to need it. Same with the Kellogg's factory workers as well. Ex-Black Panther Russell Maroon Shields, I cannot pronounce that right, freed after half century after being behind bars, 22 years in solitary confinement. He was freed from prison in Pennsylvania on Tuesday after a judge granted his compassionate release the day before. He was sentenced to life without parole in 1970 for an attack on a Philadelphia police station that left one officer dead and another wounded. He escaped prison twice, earning him the nickname Maroon, and enduring 22 consecutive years of solitary confinement. He's now entering hospice care and has stage 4 colorectal cancer and must receive nutrition through an IV. His son says what's in the transcripts are the evidence that the prisons don't have the capabilities to take care not just of their healthy prisoners, they definitely don't have the ability to take care of their geriatric prisoners, and that they have effectively killed my father. Again, if you're looking for more actual realistic news and news that's actually out there, we know what's really going on, you can always click the link that is in the comments to Democracy Now! White nationalists on trial in Charlottesville over deadly rally after victims sued under KKK Act. So 4 years after the Unite the Rally in Charlottesville, Virginia, a federal civil trial charges the organizers with an unlawful conspiracy to commit violent acts. One of the defendants include the guy who slammed his car into the crowd of anti-racist counter-protesters during the rally and killed activist Heather Heyer, and has already been sentenced to life in prison. Plaintiffs in the case cite the careful advance planning done in online chat rooms to wreak irreparable harm. We look at the details of the case. Shit gets fucking real. And then you think about the relation to the murder trial of Kyle Rittenhouse. And what I just got done explaining of what that judge is saying can and can't be admissible is some bullshit. So we'll see what happens with this. Other recent news: taxi drivers and allies enter second week of hunger strike against crushing medallion debt. Wowza. And the Facebook papers: documents reveal tech giants' complicity in hate, lies, and violence around the world. Definitely want to see that one. There's actually a full video for it, but apparently thousands of internal Facebook documents leaked to media outlets continue to produce damning revelations about how the social media giant has prioritized its profits over user safety. The Facebook papers have provided fresh evidence of how the company has let serious problems fester on its platform, including hate, misinformation, and human trafficking, and failed to invest in moderation outside English-speaking countries. The former Facebook product manager who shared the documents is pressing lawmakers to more tightly regulate the company's activities and testified Monday before the British Parliament instead of scheduled meetings with officials in France, Germany, and the EU. Mark Zuckerberg says the leaked documents paint a false picture based on cherry-picked evidence, but we speak with UCLA, this is from Democracy Now!, studies professor who says they confirm what many critics have warned about for years, which is this new form of digital capitalism that we believe Facebook is trailblazing is one that is playing with our intimate emotions on every single level. You know what? Ain't that the motherfucking truth? As Facebook still does some fuck shit, like we really have to have that talk about how we're going to navigate things, because we can't rely on it for everything. We can't rely on it forever. There's got to be some substitutes. There's got to be other things to break things up so that it's not such a monopoly. Or we're going to continue to get silenced, especially platforms like mine will continue to get silenced. And, you know, there's talks of alternatives in a multitude of ways, but nothing that I've seen of or heard of thus far that has come across as concrete just yet. And get this. Ooh, I won't be able to share this in the comments. So check the link out for this on the Instagram and YouTube pages, because the link just doesn't fit in the comments, but this is a doozy. So the Department of Justice found that a Utah school district was deliberately indifferent to instances of racial harassment and subjected students of color to harsher discipline than white students. Are we surprised here? And this is just Utah. I mean, I'm pretty sure I've heard about this elsewhere too, you know. Details of the investigation and the settlement agreement reached by prosecutors and the Davis School District were released by the DOJ on Thursday. According to a DOJ statement between 2015 and 2020, the department found hundreds of documented uses of the N-word and other derogatory racial comments aimed at the Black and Asian students by their peers. Black students told investigators that they were taunted by students making monkey noises and others who said that their skin was dirty or looked like feces. White and Black students also demanded an N-word pass to use. White and non-Black students also demanded an N-word pass to use the term with impunity. If Black students pushed back, they were sometimes physically assaulted. Black students told the department that incidents happen frequently, at times in front of teachers and staff, and some would not respond or intervene in any way. Asian American students were also called slurs such as yellow and squinty, or told to go back to China. The department concluded that for years, Davis's ineffective response left students vulnerable to continued harassment and that students believed the district condoned the behavior, the DOJ said in a press release. Students also said in interviews that administrators and instructors targeted them for discipline and were punished more frequently than white students for the very same behavior. Black students also said that the requests to form clubs were denied by the district, even though similar groups were offered to their peers. Davis school district officials said they're taking the DOJ findings very seriously. I'm sure you are. They do not reflect the values of this community and the expectations of the district. The district pledges to correct those practices. Bullshit. I call motherfucking bullshit. It's Utah. I mean, I'm calling stereotypes, but it's fucking Utah. As part of the agreement, Davis School District will hire third-party consultants to review harassment policies and create training for staff members on how to identify and respond to discrimination. I'm sure you will. The district is also tasked with creating a new Office of Equal Opportunity to handle complaints. Officials will also need to create an electronic reporting system to track and manage complaints, as well as the district's response to complaints. That system will be made available to the public. Yes, now that's what I want to hear. Let's see how many glitches it gets though. This important work begins immediately and will continue over the next several years. Within the next 30 days, the district will share additional information with parents, staff, and students outlining the initial steps it will take to implement the needed changes. The school district said the district is wholeheartedly committed to creating and maintaining a safe and welcoming environment for all students, free from harassment and discrimination. That sounds like a whole bunch of bullshit hoopla that they just like to throw out to get people to shut up and think that it's just gonna blow over, which realistically, I mean, given track records, it probably will. I don't know if y'all have been paying attention to what's going on in Tennessee with that judge. Oh my goodness, like shit is horrible. I talked about it in a previous podcast and I will share the links if you want me to. Just ask. Matter of fact, yes, because I have to post the link to this. So I will share this and that other one from the judge in Tennessee in a double post so that you can see the clear picture of what's going on here, because it starts there. Like we talk about school to prison pipeline, and that's exactly what this is, but you're seeing it live. The mainstream media is not going to put this shit out, but we will. So that really is it for today as far as the block drop goes. I really appreciate y'all. Love y'all. It has been a real one. Make sure you continue to subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Make sure you also follow us on Facebook. Make sure you also follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. We are going to be ramping that up as well. Our team is growing. We've got new interviews coming, some really good specials coming, and tomorrow we actually have an interview with a local person here in the area we broadcast from in Lancaster. You definitely don't want to miss that. And as usual, Leon. block, block.